Burning Man?
No, I have not been to Burning Man.
How many of you have been to Burning
to
Man?
see that.
I've heard stories.
Okay, there's somebody in the back who's been to Burning Man. Very good. This is ridiculous. If you guys are coming here and you care about the individual and you want to see a relatively lightly regulated environment in which people max out their creativity, get yourself to the Nevada desert at the end of August, because it is awesome. And it is so, you know, one of the slogans of Burning Man is keep Burning Man potentially lethal. Because the fun that you're having is, you know, you're out in the desert and people are on every kind of psychedelic, and a giant dragon comes by that can, with 2 flamethrowers in its nose, blaring music and offering drinks. And mostly people don't die. It's pretty amazing. The key, though, Yaron, is that Burning Man is so expensive. It's so difficult to survive in the desert, and you have to do all this organization. It selects against people with low IQ, low executive function, inability to manage risk. And so the idea is that it's only possible because it's not convenient. It's, you know, this is the old puzzle about North Dakota's high SAT scores. Somebody once asked the governor, like, what's going on in North Dakota? He says, well, 40 below keeps the riffraff out. Right? So you have this wonderful situation that there are situations that we see where by getting rid of people who can't compete, you can have a relatively self-regulating environment because everybody who needs all the guardrails and all of the edges sanded and all of these are out. The problem is we're dealing at scale, and it's not clear to me whether we can have everybody in on the risk system. We have bred dependence, so that's where I'm going to agree with.
I agree.
I know that was the part I was throwing to you. Okay. So we have bred dependence for sure, but it's also the case that we can't necessarily easily take on all of our problems. If you decide to have a child, the umbilical cord is wrapped around the throat, and you don't have a high income, and you've got a kid with cerebral palsy, you've got an interesting situation. And are you going to regulate who can have sex, unprotected sex with whoever else? All of these things are unclear. Now, all of you Ayn Randians have thought about these things. You all have very interesting answers, so I don't want to spend time on the low-level thing. What I do want to say is, first of all, you guys got to go to Burning Man. Second of all, very often you have to select against the people who can't handle the risk, or you have a system that moves towards the kind of nanny state and highly regulated structure. And the most important thing is we need places to misbehave. Right? It's very important that the people who want to misbehave at a very high level have somewhere to go. And the big problem isn't regulation someplace. It's the concept that no place shall escape regulation. We have to regulate tech and hedge funds. Any place you could have fun, you know, porn. We've got to regulate the hell out of porn. It's like, geez, you're going to regulate our porn? For God's sakes. So,
well, we've done hedge funds already. We're about to do technology, so porn is left.
Well, that's the thing, right? So you need the place for high agency people to go do high agency things with other high agency people in a very lightly regulated environment. And what I suggested at some point to the head of the Heritage Foundation is take every healthy company, decide that you can hang a 5% or 10% national interest exemption off of the side of this thing for people to do unregulated stuff that might do amazing things for the world. Because I don't think we're going to get a very lightly regulated society. You need some place to go to misbehave. And the most important thing is we have to get our top people. Like, we're really going to regulate the hell out of Elon Musk, the one person who's working in the atomic layer. It's like, oh my God, maybe he's having too much fun with women and drugs. Let him have fun with women and drugs. We need the cars, we need the batteries, we need the space travel.